Hey everybody, and welcome back to At Home with Dr. Science. I'm Dr. Science Brian Williams, and today I'm joined by my son David. Hey David.
Hi guys.
So today we're going to be playing with the science of density, and we're going to be creating a really cool lava lamp using some very basic materials that you've got right at your home. So you're going to need some food coloring, just one color will do you, some cooking oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, something like that, some water, glass, or you can also use a 2-liter bottle or a water bottle. Just make sure that you don't keep the cap on it. A spoon, we're going to be using this, and David's got our last ingredient.
Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah, some Alka-Seltzer. We're going to be using maybe 1 or 2 Alka-Seltzer tablets. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to start by doing the experiment, then we're going to talk through the science. So we're going to start by adding some water to our glass, and you only need a little bit of water. I'm going to fill the glass about 1/4 full. Next thing we're going to add is we're going to add our oil, and the way I do this is I use my spoon to pour the oil in, and I kind of put the spoon in upside down, rest it along the side of the glass, and I'm going to pour the oil over the spoon. This will keep the oil from creating a lot of bubbles. We don't want a lot of bubbles, so we're going to pour the oil right over our spoon, just like that. And we're going to almost fill it all the way to the top. And you'll notice we don't have a lot of bubbles in our oil. Great. So the next thing we're going to add is our food coloring. And we're going to add about 6 drops of food coloring. Now here's the cool thing about food coloring and the water. You'll notice that the oil is actually floating on top of the water. And this is because oil is less dense than water. Water is more dense than oil, so oil floats on top of the water. Well, the food coloring is also water-based. It's also more dense than the oil. And so when we drop the food coloring in, you'll notice something very cool happens. So you'll notice the food coloring falls right through the oil because it's denser than the oil. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our Alka-Seltzer. All right, so David's going to give me an Alka-Seltzer. We've already broken our Alka-Seltzer in half. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop our Alka-Seltzer in. Now here's the thing you need to know about Alka-Seltzer. It's made up of 2 things, citric acid and baking soda. When those 2 things combine in water, they react to create carbon dioxide gas. So we're going to drop this in and see what happens. So immediately, as soon as it hits the water, it starts to react and it starts creating bubbles of carbon dioxide gas. Okay.
As the bubbles rise to the top, they carry some of the colored water with them. And when the bubbles pop, the water is released back down through the oil to the bottom.
Yeah, so you get this really nice lava lamp effect. So there you go. A simple little activity that explains to your kids some of the science related to density and uses some very basic materials that you can find right around your home. So that's it for this week. I'll see you next time, and until then, do some science.
Man, I love this.
You're not invited back.